How's it going, everybody? This video is going to be a different take on things, and I will be sharing and discussing what I think are the top 5 best anti-airs in MKX. Now, for those of you who have seen my previous video on jumping in MKX, you already know the 3 anti-airs that are going to be on my top 5 list. So, starting things off, what makes an anti-air so good? The first important thing is consistency, meaning the anti-air has to have respectable speed to get it out in the heat of the moment. It should be good enough to make your opponent want to think about jumping if they know you are prepared. The anti-air ideally should lead to some good damage or grant a combo, at least for it to be on my top 5 list. Another big thing is how often can you use this anti-air? Can you only use it when you have a bar of meter? Or is this an anti-air that your character has access to 24/7? So with all of that said, my pick for the best anti-air in MKX, hands down, is Melina's Roll. Melina's Roll is such an amazing anti-air. It comes out very quickly at 8 frames. It lowers her hurtbox to make it easier to anti-air. And it also leads to full combo on hit every time. Meaning, if you jump at Melina and she knows that you're going to jump, she can do a roll. And then after that, she can get a full combo, which is 30% into a restand, which makes it even better in the corner because then you're forced to block her back one and then she gets offense. So my pick for number 1 is Melina. My pick for the second best anti-air in the game is Ermac. And the move that I think is the best anti-air for this game with Ermac is his down 4. His down 4 functions similar to Melina's Roll, as in it low profiles a lot of moves, comes out pretty quick, and every time it hits them in the air you get a full combo by doing down 4 teleport. Now first I'm going to demonstrate to you guys on using his down 4 anti-air, and I'll use it against the most overpowered jump in, or at least top 2 overpowered jump in, which is Alien's jump 2. So I'm going to have Alien do a jump 2. And as you can see, if you do it good enough and you scatter enough, you can go closer to the ground with Ermac and then anti-air him with 4, link that into a teleport, and you get a full combo with Ermac. So Ermac's down 4 I have as the second best anti-air. Now number 3 for the best anti-air in the game is actually a tie between 2 variations but the same character. And number 3 is a tie between Alien's normal up 3, which you have access to in the Tarkatan variation, and the Conjurer variation. And this is tied with his up 3 in Acidic. Now the reason I have both of these as number 3 for an anti-air is, while Tarkatan's up 3 doesn't have the range and it doesn't cover the distance that Acidic's up 3 does with the spray, it leads to full combo, which Acidic's does not lead to full combo mid-screen. So when you anti-air somebody with Alien in Tarkatan, or his other variation, this is what happens. So I will record Alien do a jump attack. So for 1 bar in Tarkatan, you could get nearly a 30% anti-air into a restand for another mix-up or more pressure. So that's very good just for 1 bar. And if you don't have a bar, you can just do this. So meterless, you get about 25%, which is enough to get them to stop jumping at you. And now with Acidic, his anti-air, while it doesn't give the damage that Tarkatan does, you usually don't get full combos off this. I'll set him to jump right here. If someone jumps with you and you're playing Acidic, you're usually not going to get a full combo. But you will send them full screen away from you, which will help your zoning game in Acidic. Not only that, but one of the pros that Acidic's anti-air up 3 has over the other 2 variations of Alien is it shoots a projectile upwards of acid, which means if a character is trying to jump in and trick you, like let's say Sonya jumps in and then tries to do a dive kick to change your anti-airing timing off, or a character like Tanya jumps in, does a teleport or something, it has such a big splash radius in front of Alien and on top of his head that it'll usually catch a lot of characters trying to trick you into throwing off your up 3 timing. And it works on a lot of other characters, like let's say Aftershock Tremor will jump in, try and do a ground pound, throw you off. You can do up 3, it'll hit him out of everything. Now number 4 For the best anti-air in the game, I have Boraicho. And let's see, I'll choose a character like Scorpion, who has a very, very powerful jump kick that is hard to anti-air. And the reason I have Boraicho as number 4, and why he's in my top 5 characters with the top 5 anti-air, is because he has standing 4. And his standing 4 is a great underrated anti-air. Probably it's not talked about many people, at least from what I see. Not many people talk about it, but Boraicho is a character you can't jump at. For example, being, if I'm Scorpion and I jump in with his jump kick from that distance, you can see it's going to hit me if I do nothing. But if I standing 4, it'll hit him out of the air because Boraicho sinks to the ground, raises his feet up, and his feet have a hitbox around them. So it makes it a lot easier to anti-air people with them. So what you do with Boraicho is for 1 bar, you get a full combo off anti-airing somebody with a very easy anti-air. It comes out quick, and you just hit standing 4, that's it, anti-air. So this is what you can do off it. You can do that into his pop-up string, and then do 1-2, 1-2. I keep dropping that. Hold on, let me get this. There we go. And you end in that, and you get 32% into advantage, and you can also do EX Stomp for more damage, or you're so plus on the knockdown with monkey flips that you can advance and get some Oki. And if they're in the corner, you can choose to, again, use the bar, restand them, and gain plus 15 advantage to go into more mix-ups or whatever you want to do. So Boraicho standing for one of the best anti-airs in the game. Now, the number 5 character on my list that's going to finish this up is going to be Triborg. Triborg, similar to Boraicho, they anti-air the same way, and Boraicho's anti-air, Triborg's anti-air is standing 4, also like Boraicho. So both of these characters anti-air with standing 4. They have great standing 4 roundhouse anti-air attacks. And I'll show you Triborg's right now. So I'll have Sub-Zero to jump in with his jump kick. And with Smoke, you can see he has such a big upward hitbox. And it anti-airs pretty much every time. And for a bar, you can do something like this. So getting 36% off an anti-air is, for just a bar, is very good with Smoke. So these characters, in my opinion, have the top 5 best anti-airs in the game. These 5 characters will always have access to these 5 anti-airs. And a majority of the cast is always going to have to deal with these 5 characters when trying to jump at them. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably saying, well, that's it, Rio. You know, there's way more anti-airs in this game, and a lot of characters have good anti-airs. And I agree with you guys. There's a lot more anti-airs than what I showed. I'm just showing you guys the top 5 characters that I think have the top 5 best anti-airs in the game. And I'm going to show you guys some bonus clips of other notable anti-airs that I think are very good in the game. They didn't make my top 5 list, but I think they're very good anti-airs. They're just not as good as the top 5 I put in my list. And after the bonus clips of the other normal top anti-airs in the game, I'm going to include also 3 of the best anti-air armor attacks in the game.